Okay, Jason Momo, JM on the fly. I'm going to tie my black stonefly pattern. Probably the best black stonefly pattern I've ever had. I've been using it for a few years, and this thing is just getting it done. So let's zoom in here, and I'll show you what we're doing. Show you what this guy looks like first. Oh, let's zoom in. And you can see this guy is, it wants to focus on my shirt, of course, but there you go. Beautiful little pattern. We got a little bit of a wing build into it. It's a parachute pattern with a post so you can see it. Wonderful. A lot of these flies get lost in the dark flies get lost in the film and you don't see them. I am a guy who just cannot stand CDC. I fish it sometimes, but for dry flies in CDC, you start catching too many fish, you get that fish slime on, and you just get sick of constantly trying to clean it off. So I am way more into this parachute deal. Again, you could put a you could put a CDC wing on top of this and let it float if you're a CDC guy. But like I said, I'm not. I don't like that CDC stuff. I like to get right back out fishing after I catch fish, and just very hard to get that fish slime off after you catch a couple fish and then your flies are sinking. So this is the solution to that problem, and it is a killer fly. Let me show you how we tie it. Again, we're going to start with a mustad, and this is it's a C53S STD X3XL. And that is what that is. And it's basically an elongated hook. We're going to start with our thread, and I'm using this Vivus 12-aught. I just like it because you could tie a lot of different things with it, and keep it small, keep your wraps tight. Cut about a 1-inch piece of this foam. Let me just back off on this camera so we don't have the whole thing blurry the entire time. Okay, try it like that. Okay, anyway, I cut a 1-inch strip of this foam and I tear it, pretty much just divide it in half, just like that. Okay, take half of the fibers, come back maybe 1/3 down the shank, and we're going to tie them right in, just like that. We're going to wrap this around and we're going to post this. Okay, and if you know what posting is, or you post your parachutes, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing. And basically we're just wrapping that up into a post, just like that, so you can see what we're doing there. Wrapping that into a post. Okay, and just wrap that completely in. You could spread the material to sink that post down a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Make a little post, wrap our thread back to the back. We're going to use this D-rib. And most insects are, there's hardly anything out there that's truly black. So this is a really dark brown. And that's what we're going to use. And this is a D-rib. So it's shaped like the letter D. And it's a small, very fine D-rib. You can find that almost anywhere. We're going to tie that into the back, somewhere coming down the bend just a little bit. Work our thread back up to the post, and we're going to wrap that. And just wrap that forward, and you'll see it just makes like little bead looking segments. And that's pretty much the body of the fly. That's not, I mean, as long as they see a black body, that's, or I keep saying black, but I'm using dark brown here, but either way, as long as they see a dark body, it'll be the attraction point for the fish. Now we're going to take a little bit of wing material. Going to place that wing material in my burner, and I'm going to put it in so that the bottom is 90 degrees. Take my cauterizer. We're going to heat that up and cut that right off. And we're going to burn this right off. Okay, that gives us the shape of the wing. We're going to take this out of the burner, and you end up with a nice little wing like that. We're going to take that and we're going to fold that in half. Okay, so we just fold that over. Try and get it as close to center as you can. Just like that. So you ended up with a little folded wing. We're going to snip the tip off just a little bit. Now we're going to put that right on the hook there, right up against the shank. And we are going to wrap and tie that in. I'm going to take a wrap around here. Oh, catch that. Got a wrap. Get another wrap. Just like that. Let's get that D-rib out of the way. And we're just going to tie that in just like that. And you can see all that does is give us a little bit of a wing on the back end. While that's still sitting like that, I'm going to fold, because that wing's folded, I'm going to come in and snip that corner out. Show you what we did there. So if you could see that, we have that wing cut and it's divided. Okay? And it's divided because we could put a little snip in there. I don't know if you can see the bottom of that. Let me see if I can't zoom in. Okay. And that's not showing up the best, but basically it's just a divided wing. Okay. Now we're going to take our hackle for our parachute, and we are going to tie that in. We're going to put that right in here. We're going to tie that right into the post. So I'm working that stub right up to the post. Come down through, and we're going to come right up to the eye of the hook. And we're going to finish out our body by wrapping this D-rib front just to there. And to create the head, what I'm going to do is just lay this piece back over and wrap over top of that. And you can see that makes a nice head on that fly. Reach in with your scissors, cut out your D-rib, work your thread right to the back point right there. You could take your hackle and we're going to spin it around the shank, slowly working our way up. Now I'm going to slowly work my way back down and completely parachute this fly. Now we take our thread and we wrap underneath, catching the feather, and about 3 wraps there will do that, and pull up on the fibers, and we work our way right to the head. Okay, grab a whip finish, spin that around, we'll pull that back and whip finish this head off. Beautiful, just like that. Okay, again, cut the thread, lift up on the parachute, spread that out a little bit, lift up, one snip, you got a nice little parachute, and you still have your feather in here. Take your scissors, spread it, pull on the end, and come straight up, and you'll just snip that feather right out. And that is the stonefly, JM Stonefly. Let me zoom in here quick, see if we can get a better view of this. And I will try to get this a little bit better so you can see a really good close-up of it, because it is a beautiful pattern. Let me try and get it to the end here so you can see a little bit better. There, we'll just barely get it in the vise like that. And check this guy out. Okay, so we got it. Now you can see the way the wings divided in the back because we took that little cutout. And the parachute part. And it's high vis, you'll be able to see it. And that is the JM Stonefly. JM on the fly, and I am out of here.